Hey guys, Nuju Metru here, bringing you BZPower's review of Bionicle Set 70789, Onua, Master of Earth. Onua is one of the 6 TOA sets being released with this restart of Bionicle, and he's one of the 3 larger heroes that we're getting, along with Tahu and Kopaka. LEGO was kind enough to send us at BZPower those 3 heroes, the large ones, and Andrew was kind enough to forward Onua on to me to take a look at. So here I am, about to examine the recreation of our favorite TOA of Earth. So let's see what we got. The first thing we'll take a look at is the Skull Spider, which is something that comes in every Bionicle set this wave. It's a little 5-piece villain with, as you can see, it's a skull. It's also a spider with these 4 legs, which are new molds. The head mask thing is also a new mold. And it comes in a delightful Friends tea green hue, which I'm very happy to see in a Constraction set. It's also a fitting color for the spider itself. These aren't terribly interesting. They're pretty, they're nice, but the main functionality that this has is if you have Onua over here and you remove his mask, which you can do by pushing that little eyepiece, the Skull Spider, as you can see, has these the things as well to attach to the new Bionicle head. And it can take control of Onua like that. Oh my goodness! And that also can be launched off. The Skull Spider, it's nice of LEGO to include a little bit of conflict in every set. I think it's a cool touch that we started to see with the Invasion from Below Hero Factory sets. Mini heroes attacking beasts, for instance, or mini beasts attacking hero machines. It doesn't really jack up the price point, but it's also gives the kids a little something to do with the set. Speaking of masks, Onua comes with 2 versions of the new, I want to call it the Pakari, although officially now it's just called the Mask of Earth, but this is the new Kanoi Pakari. In Onua it comes in both this gold, which is an object of his desire, which adds to the in-box conflict, I guess, which is a nice touch, and there's also the black version, which, you know, looks much more, it reminisces very clearly to the original Pakari. As you can see, the shape of the mask is really does look a lot like the original, especially if you're looking at it from the front. All of the vent holes are in the right places. It's got the right sort of hexagonal shape. Really feels a lot like an ancestor, or not an ancestor, a relative of the old Pakari. The gold one, I think it's probably easier for you to see detail on. While also feeling new and different. It's sort of the same mask, but with additional complication, additional detail. I'm a fan of this new mold. Most of the new TOA masks are, I think, very nice. I like this one a lot. The one thing that I would say about it that is not so great, relative perhaps to other masks, from what I've heard from my fellow BZPower staffers who've gotten other sets, their masks are a little bit clingier to the face than Onua's is. I mean, Onua here, he's got the mask, but you can't. It'll come right off. It doesn't cling as well as other masks of the TOA, nor does it cling as well as the Skull Spider, which is a little bit unfortunate, but nothing too terrible, I don't think. Now for the main event, Onua himself. He's a big, broad-shouldered TOA, rather squat, but wide and deep, and as you can tell, this the torso is really nicely filled out, and back here you can see this is the gear. I'll show you that in a second. Very bulky, very powerful feeling, which really does pay homage to the association we have at this point with the earth element and strength. Onua feels powerful, he feels strong. I like the color scheme. It's new. It's a new color scheme for the earth element. The gold and purple next to the black really make things dynamic. I also love the use here. If you can tell, this is a trans purple in the skeleton down there. I like that as well. The gold and silver together, I'm not as huge on. I wish that these parts, the shoulder plates, were they in black, the whole color scheme would feel much more unified. But you can't always get what you want, and the silver hammer, which uses the same parts, is, you know, it's a nice in that color. So Onua is very sturdy in appearance, but he's also very sturdy in posability. There's friction joints at both the hips and the shoulders, which mean that even something heavy like this, that's not going anywhere. He can really stand up in a bunch of ways. It's a lot of fun. I like the stability, and the stability is helpful, especially when we introduce the gear function. That's right, we get gear functions on these Toa, which is only the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm really happy they brought this back, and Onua has a gear function just like all the rest of the Toa. You turn this knob and back, and his arms move. It's just like the old times. I'm so happy. But what really makes me happy is that, again, because the shoulder is so secure, and the twisting mechanism is shored up in a way that you'll see later, there's not a lot of, you don't get motion that you don't want. There's no flailing of limbs, which is great. There's really nice stability in Onua. Several people have expressed curiosity about how the new gear function works, so I thought I would strip down Onua of all of his armor and things that would block your view and just show you the mechanism. You twist the gear, and his shoulders will rotate. They're on Technic axles. What's different about Onua than Tahu or Kopaka, who we've also seen reviewed so far, is that the friction of his system is not provided by an additional set of gears with one of them on a friction pin. This, if you can tell, is a there's a better angle. It's a ball inside of a joint, which is on the rotation axle. So all of this tension of the ball joint is in the rotation, which makes it extremely sturdy, but it's also not terribly hard to turn. I found this solution to be just genius. I really like it. Another feature that's common among all the new Toa sets is that their weapons have multiple uses. So Onua right now, he's got a big hammer, but it doesn't just have to be a hammer. If you take off these parts here and take off this top half of the hammer, which can be stored on his back like so, and separate these two halves, Onua can be armed with some very Onua of 2004, Onua Metru reminiscent big shovels, which are a lot of fun, especially with the gear function. There's a really powerful sort of digging going on. I like this alternate use. The extra peg down here, I wish that had somewhere else to go, but it's not terrible, and it makes the conversion a lot easier to manage. Onua comes with a bunch of new and interesting parts, so I'm just going to drag them across the screen here and let you see. First off, there's the new Bionicle head with its accompanying eyepiece, which in this set comes in lime. You put an axle through there, and then you're able to tilt this to knock masks off the head, which is a nice new feature. Speaking of masks, we get, as you've already seen, there's the two of the new Mask of Earth. There's also the Skull Spider face, which comes in the green color in this set. We get 4 of these new claw leg things that with the Skull Spider. There's the new Toa gearbox, which is designed for the 4-prong round gears. It's a new mold, does its job perfectly. There's also this is a gold plate. Looks a lot like the old Toa Mata body. I think it's great. It's used as a torso on the Protector sets, and on Onua it covers his limbs. It's just a sort of a shell cover piece. Speaking of shells, we get a couple of cool shells, including the massive black chest piece. I think it's new in this color. These are stickers, which you have to apply. They're kind of a tricky shape. I got them right on the first time because I was really careful, but that may be troublesome for some of you. Unlike other of the Toa sets this wave who have a metallic underprinting on their torsos, Onua doesn't, but he comes with this metallic gold wrought in there. Also, we get some purple shells, which we don't see. I don't think we've ever seen in this color, this particular shell. Speaking of purple, we get the bone in trans purple, which is cool. There's only 2 of these, and I wish there were more. I don't really understand why they didn't give us 4 of these, because this piece appears in dark gray as well in the set, or dark blay. There's also the new shovel slash shoulder guard piece. If you have 2 of these, they can just they fit right together there, which is cool. Then there's Ben 10 foot hoof in silver, which we haven't seen in this color before. Well, that's Onua. I'm as a Bionicle fan, I'm very happy with this set. It honors the original character. It's sturdy. It's very playable. A lot of fun. There's a fun complexity in the build, the sort which we haven't seen in recent Hero Factory sets. It feels so good to be given a Bionicle set again. You know, Bionicle's back, and it doesn't just feel like a throwaway. I feel, as a fan, I feel honored and I feel respected by the way that the new sets adhere in their own way to that Bionicle which we know and love so much. I'm happy with this set. I would buy this set. I think it's a great parts pack as well as a good finished whole. It's a lot of fun, and it's Bionicle, so what's not to love? Alright, thanks for watching. If you want to see a more in-depth review of this product, including a look at its packaging and instruction manual, you can visit BZPower.com to find the full text and image review, as well as to see other Bionicle reviews that we do, and all of the Bionicle discussion reference news that you could possibly want. Alright, thanks for tuning in.